Hey guys, Huzz here, bringing you another video. Now welcome back to the Climb to Master series. This will be episode 3, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed episode 1 and episode 2. I actually am recording this one before any of those come out, so hopefully the format is okay. Just to mention a couple things. Firstly, today's episode, we've got auto-filled to top lane. I am currently queuing as mid and jungle. And we've been given top. It's okay. It's my third role. Again, my champion pool is designed for all situations. If I get auto-picked anywhere, then I have a thing to go to. Also, we've been having... This is the third game in a row that people have dodged. Or someone just hasn't banned or picked. And that Shaco has been hovering Shaco the whole time that these dodges are happening. It's why I say to you guys, unless, like... I never hover anything really, because this happens. Like the enemy team, because of all the dodges that have been going on, if somebody on my team is now on the enemy team from the last dodge, they know this guy wanted Shaco, and now Shaco's banned. So I never hover stuff just in case dodges do happen. And again, there's the LeBlanc. This person has been hovering LeBlanc the past few lobbies. Both of them have now been banned out because both of them have hovered their champions. So that's why I don't do it. It literally has just been proved. Just to mention though how the video works, again, if you haven't watched episode 1 or 2, or you haven't quite grasped it, this part is live. I literally am in the champion select in real life right now. The outro, so after the game, when we look at how much damage you did, how much LP, or, you know, when LP is a thing, will be live as well. But the actual commentary in-game will be done after. It allows me just to try hard a bit more, to focus on the gameplay rather than the YouTube side. And I am already thinking that I might just do this for the first... I'm going to ban, yeah? So I'm going to do this probably for the first 5 episodes. I know I said I might do it for the first 10, but the reason for 5 is I don't think my performance is going to get that affected if I, do live commentary or not. While my eyes are recovering, it helps me a little bit, but basically... I don't know if that's a troll pick. Oh no, the pick. Sorry, I didn't read the chat. So the first 5 games of any placement series every single year, the first 5 games are the most important. They have the biggest weight to how well you're going to do. You can go 5 and 5 in placements, but if you win the first 5 and then lose the next 5, you're actually going to do better than somebody that wins 1, loses 1 in a row. First 5 definitely have the biggest impact. Okay, so I'm against a Riven. So my champion pool is obviously kind of locked in. So it's Renekton, Alawi, or Dr. Mundo. So let's just see, on average, which one does the best versus her. So Renekton has a win rate against... Riven has a 48% win rate against Renekton, so it is in Renekton's favour. Dr. Mundo, again, has a slight win percentage, not as good as Renekton's, or Alawi. Riven actually beats Alawi. So we're going to go Renekton this game. The question is, though, do I go the Ignite? Or do I go the Colossus? I think I'm going to go the Colossus, because just to survive is honestly, like, pretty important. And I'm tempted to go the Ignite. This is going to be a good pick for us. I just want to make sure I've got the right room page, the Lee Sin room page. And we need to make sure that I've got... Well, we'll actually just quickly do it like this. So choose loadout, and we're going to go the standard Colossus page on Renekton. That is really good, by the way, for 1v1 dueling, because your W is a hard CC. So every single time you press W on somebody, you'll get the Colossus shield, which is just so annoying to deal with. Let's just also just rename this page to Renekton. So anyway, there is our team comps. I like our team comp. I actually like theirs as well. But we'll see how we're going to do. I am going to go the Ignite. I'm going to go fairly all in. But let's go to the loading screen where we break down today's game. Okay, welcome to the loading screen. This is where I use the website lolskill.net. Now, as you can see, the enemy team actually has a 56.8% chance to win, and that most likely is because the whole of the enemy team have actually finished their placements, therefore they all have a rating, while my team, me and Nami, have yet to finish. So, they have a Platinum 1 Riven, looks to be a Riven 1 trick, but actually has a negative win rate, a Platinum 3 Katarina, a Platinum 1 Lee Sin, a Platinum 4 Bard, and a Gold 1 Lucian. My team, unranked Renekton as myself, a Platinum 3 Syndra with a negative win rate, a Platinum 1 Vayne, negative win rate, Platinum 1 Elise, and a unranked Nami with a positive win rate. Obviously, like I mentioned in Champion Select, there were 2 people on my team that were hovering picks, and the last few Champion Selects we had 3 dodges in a row, and both the Shaco got banned out, and so did the LeBlanc. So that's why I actually say to you guys, be careful of showing what you want to play, because dodges can happen. Someone on your team now is on the enemy team, and they exactly know what to ban. So hopefully we'll do well. We are going the Ignite a little bit aggressive, so hopefully it pays off. We'll try and beat the Riven, because, you know, it's always good when you beat a Riven. But just to kind of mention, the commentary that you'll be hearing will be a post-commentary using the replay of the game itself. Hey guys, so it's here bringing you another video. So welcome to the live commentary part. Again, I know some people get freaked out when I say hi twice. But basically, again, if you missed what's happening, this was recorded a couple of days ago and played a couple of days ago. I am now doing the commentary over just for the first five episodes. You guys, though, episode 1 and episode 2 are already out, and you seem to be quite enjoying it, but I know a lot of people are looking forward to these going back to live. Now, straight away, you'll notice the Lee Sin just being a little bit weird and going, like, you know, this is the rating that Renekton has Ignite and all this stuff, so I just muted him. Like, again, I'm somebody that is just very, I want to say casual with my mutes. I don't really care if I mute somebody. I know some people never mute people. I just do it because if I just find someone annoying, boom, you're muted. You're done. I'm not going to, like, hear of you for the rest of the game. But today's episode, we are playing Renekton. We're against a Riven, who is obviously known as a good solo queue champion. That if you're a good Riven, you will carry, you will climb. But she did have a negative win rate that in my mind, I'm like, okay, so she is beatable. She's not one of these Rivens that just is crazy good. But I also want to specifically talk about the combo of Summoner and Mastery that I've done. So I think the video title will be Ignite Colossus Renekton, because that is the most important thing I want to talk about. The Ignite gives a Renekton a good early game. He already does a decent amount of damage in the early game, and as many people know, he's one of the champions that kind of does well early, but then will fall off in terms of damage in late game, which is true. So the early game Ignite, on top of your early game damage, should help you just win the early game pretty much against anybody, but then the Colossus gives me a permanent shield, or 100% a shield, anytime I use W on a champion. It will basically make that it's very hard to trade against me with a early game, you know, playstyle as well. So I am going to be trying to use my early game presence as much as I possibly can. I actually missed one creep there, which is a bit of a mistake. But you'll notice I kill all the minions, and this actually gives me a free couple auto attacks on the Riven, which is great. Any couple free auto attacks you get is awesome. I do take one hit from the tower, which is actually a mistake, and this is where the Colossus build will be slightly different to normal. So normal, I would probably take E on Renekton at level 2. Notice how I take W. I take W because of the Colossus. I want to get that shield up really early. You'll notice I am trying to punish her as much as I can, just trying to get a kind of low that will give me lane pressure. I did opt for the longsword 3 start. I do take another tower hit for that last hit. I'm like, okay, time to back off because who knows what's going to happen. Lee Sin randomly shows up exactly as I was backing away, so thankfully I did back away. My W is still on cooldown, so I do get the Colossus shield. Riven goes for the flash on top of me. She doesn't manage to get the kill. I go very low with also burning my flash. But I survived the gank. Surviving the gank is the most important thing. I was tempted to base, but I actually go, why would I base? I've got a potion that's ticking, but I also have the W. I have the Colossus shield, because that will help me survive. First Blood does come down in mid lane. They do trade, but obviously that is more worth it for the Katarina. And then the bottom left, did you guys just notice Lee Sin based in lane? To me, the Lee Sin's a fairly cocky player with doing the all chat thing, and then basing in view of a top laner. You're just giving so much information that you shouldn't be giving to the enemy team. So at this stage, I'm thinking, okay, I've regened quite a lot. I still now I've got more health than the Riven. I've still got Ignite. I've still got the early Colossus, which will give me the shield. I go for the W. Unfortunately, I do miss it, that she manages to get away, but I'm thinking, I'm fine in top lane. Will Lee Sin come back straight away? Potentially, but he only did one buff, so he's still got to do another buff. Meanwhile, at bot lane, they do actually pick up a kill on the Bard. The Nami gets it, which is good. And I'm like, okay, for some reason, the Riven just stops. Like, I don't know, she was typing to Lee Sin. Use the Ignite, free kill for me. So I don't really know what the Riven was doing then. My prediction was Lee Sin, after basing, went to go do blue buff. And my prediction is she was typing to Lee Sin saying, come top lane. That's the only thing I can think about. Bot lane's going really well. Nami picks up another kill for herself. So far, so good. And let me just point you out. That was Katarina bot lane. She went bot lane this early. That is showing that she's not doing great in mid lane. Obviously, she got first blood. But if I press tab, hopefully I press tab soon, try to focus on the... There you go. She's got 7 last hits, the Katarina, right now. 7. I even like go, whoa. That's why she's roaming. She cannot farm against this Syndra. And now it's even going to get worse for her because she died for roaming. And Syndra's continuing to get farm. My team does go for a little bit of BM on the Lee Sin. I'm guessing, again, I muted him really early. I'm guessing he's typing in all chat. And they go, that's what you do if you AFK farm as Lee. And I'm like, he did come top lane. But at this stage, I'm stronger than the Riven. I'm confident I can go for trades on her. Syndra does go down the mid lane, but look how confident I'm going to be in a second. So there's a lot of minions right now, so I don't actually want to go for a trade, but I actually decide to go for a trade. I E into her. There's the Colossus, so I get the shield, and I E out. So even though there was a lot of minions, and usually you do not want to trade among minions, I get her to half health, and I get all the last hits too. Lee Sin is in our jungle. He does flash over the wall as soon as Elise comes in range, and that's pretty much going to be the end of that story. I wait in this bush to see if Riven were to walk in. She doesn't. She wards. I get rid of it straight away. But hopefully you guys, again, the game is snowballing a little bit right now, but hopefully you're seeing the strength of Renekton top lane with Ignite and Colossus. I'm not like, a solo Renekton only. I only play a little bit of Renekton. I am going to be using him as my top laner. So I'm not like the best Renekton out there. But I think this is the way that I'm going to play Renekton right now. I think it's the strongest possible way you can do. Gives you a good early game with Ignite, and then the Colossus gives you good tanking into the late game. I have hit level 6, so I do decide to go for the all-in on her. Boom, there's the kill, and make my way out. So I can now kind of tower dive the Riven at level 6. She's not having a great game as of right now. And again, this leads to the point of going Ignite Colossus. I think that's what's happened. I do also believe her mistake of giving me the kill in top lane initially with her typing or whatever she was doing. Obviously, that's probably the biggest mistake that she's made, because that's a kill that shouldn't have happened. I think I was going to kill her eventually, but that was a mistake by her letting me to kill her back in the first kill. Game's going well, though. Again, we have a Vayne in the bottom lane. Boom, there's a kill onto the Katarina, and there's a second kill, double kill for Syndra. That's also going well. So every single lane at the moment is doing well. Back onto the point, though, we have a Vayne, they have a Lucian. I love Lucian as a champion, but I just don't think he's very strong right now, which leads to the point that why would you play Lucian if, like, Vayne exists or if Caitlyn exists? I think, again, if you just enjoy a champion, play that champion, go ahead. But if you want to just climb and get a good rating, there are definitely stronger champions than Lucian right now. I did notice as well, apparently my audio is quite low, so hopefully the audio has been fine so far, but I'll turn that up a little bit because I don't want it to be really low. But yeah, so far so good in top lane. As I mentioned in Champion Select, I believe I wanted to snowball. That's why I took Ignite. I am against a Riven that is also good in scaling in late game, but I want to keep pressuring my advantage. You can see then, one combo does more than half of her health. If I do that twice, do the math, that's a kill. But she is regenerating a little bit, and this is why I'm actually pushing the lane in as quick as possible. I've got my Ignite back up. I've got my ultimate up in 3. If she doesn't regen a lot, I knew that one combo that I did was half health. That wasn't with Ignite, that wasn't with my ultimate. So I get the stun on her, get the Ignite on her, boom, straight away a kill. Didn't even have to use E in that combo, and it's another free kill. People may ask, how would have Riven survived that? Honestly, and it sounds weird, don't be in that situation, or at least have E up before I went for it. I think she just stood there and let me W her. If she E'd to at least get the little bit more health, I might have had to commit a little bit more for that kill, or just don't put herself in that situation. Maybe she just, realised that, oh, he probably has ultimate up, or he probably has Ignite back up. Again, these are high diamond players from last season. They should have realised, or you should at that rating know, when people's Ignites are back up, when their ultimate is back up. That's just kind of basic stuff, and the Riven probably wasn't really paying attention. So I do get the tower, the first blood tower in top lane. That is also equivalent to a kill or more. So technically, if we want to go off gold, I've got 3 kills plus first blood gold. So I've kind of got 4 kills right now. But my team is also winning. So right now we have what's called a dream situation, that I'm doing well in top lane with Ignite. Again, the biggest risk of Ignite that I will say is that your team sucks. And what I mean by that is teleport is awesome as a top laner if you need to teleport in to help your team. I don't have that advantage. I can't do that for my team. But because they're winning, it's a dream situation. Ignite is helping me win the top lane, but then my team is also winning, so I don't need teleport. So yeah, this is a dream situation. I could have titled this video Dream Situation Renekton, but that might have been giving it away a little bit. And that's actually, I forgot to actually mention earlier, I want to do a Riot Point giveaway for today's episode. I haven't done one in a while. The winner, whoever won the last Riot Point giveaway, I can't even remember what the question was, but you will have been contacted through the reply function on the old video. So that's how you'll get your Riot Points. We'll sort that out. But the new Riot Point giveaway, basically, I want you guys to answer the question. Video titles, again, I'm going for a steal here. Video titles are very important, not just for letting people know what you're doing, but they're also important to show what, you know, if people want to watch. Anyway, I'll talk about that in a second. I am going for a 2v1. They both just kind of scatter and run away, so unfortunately nothing's going to come of it. But the thing I want you guys to do is to enter today's Riot Point giveaway. Firstly, be subscribed, like the video, and then thirdly, I want a discussion, a conversation, I want opinions about the question. Would you guys mind, I try to go for the steel, but he smites it. Would you guys mind me doing more spoilery titles for the Climb to Master series? So if I'm doing well on Renekton, and let's say I go Legendary, would you guys mind if I put Legendary Renekton as the title? Let me know, because if a lot of people don't like the idea, I won't do it. But I can guarantee from a YouTuber's perspective, I would get more views if I did that. I know it's not all about views, but, you know, I just thought I'd ask you guys, get your opinions, and remember there is Riot points on the line for answering. So I do go for a potential dive on the Riven. It doesn't do anything. She does ult a little bit late, and I'm already running away by the time she ulted. So you can see the all chat spam is coming out, the saltiness from the Katarina, talking about Syndra. I agree, Syndra's in a little bit of, let's say, a too strong position that she can just press one button and kill you. But Katarina also can kind of do that if you just play it well. And if you are scared of a Syndra, you don't really want to play Katarina. You know, Syndra is a great bullying champion that she just bullies most champions, but she'll especially bully a melee champion. She won't let them farm. So I don't think as a Katarina you really complain because you're the one that picks Katarina. Anyway, I'm also thinking that I can probably dive the Riven, so I'm trying to position her in a way that I can just go for it. She goes right next to me. I go for the W. Unfortunately, she gets the stun off, but I'm thinking, nah, you're dead. I'm going to kill you. I've got both of my summoners up. Is it worth using both of the summoners right now? To me, yes it is. Why? I get another kill, that was, you know, whatever, but it's to get the tier 2. So my team is still doing well, they're doing great, but I want to maintain top pressure. Again, this is the thing with Ignite, I'm not a very big split pushing person, but if I've got Ignite, if I'm doing well, you bet your bottom dollar I want to split push because I'm too strong in a 1v1 situation. So I want to get this tier 2, I want people to come top lane, because if, say, I've got Ultimate up, I've got Ignite, and I'm continuing to push top lane, Lee Sin probably will come with a Riven. I am that confident right now that I could 2v1. I want to 2v1. So that's why I am constantly putting pressure. But then also, the more pressure I put into top lane, and if I survive, it gives my team the ability to do whatever they want as well. They won't have pressure from a Riven teleport, or they won't have a Lee Sin coming. So that also, it gives my team more, and because they're doing well, it's a win-win situation. I'll be continuing to push in top lane, getting gold, getting kills on the Riven, but then also my team's doing well. So this is the type of situation that you guys can kind of learn from, that if you are going an aggressive playing style with Ignite, you want to stay in your lane. It's one of the very few situations that I will not roam as a top laner or won't look for teleports because I don't have teleport. I will just continue punishing my 1v1 opponent. And you can do this with Renekton, you can do this with Riven, you can do it with a fair few top laners. Obviously there is risk involved because if the Ignite doesn't work, it will fall off into the late game. But thankfully in this situation, in this commentary, it did work quite well. So right now we are 4-0-0, no assists. Obviously no one's been top lane to help me this game. I've got decent farm. Again, there's a little bit of saltiness and BM happening in the all chat. I just would avoid it. And again, some people have used it as, oh, if I'm going to get in the head of my enemy, I can type to them and get under their skin. I can't stop people doing that. I don't think it's a very nice way to win. If I personally win, it's because I've outplayed my opponent, not because I've made them mad. Well, if I've made them mad, it's because I've outplayed them, not because I'm typing to them in all chat. That's just me. Anyway, continue stuff to go on around the map, which is good. Again, I'm going to completely keep pushing into the top lane. Bard does show up. I'm like, oh, hey. But in this situation, I'm thinking, okay, what do I want to do? Do I want to go for the tower? Do I want to dive? Or should I go somewhere else? This is the time that I'm like, I'm not going to get anything from top lane. I can't really dive if a Bard is nearby. I'm going to rotate and help my team take the mid tower. I probably didn't need to go here, but it gives me a bit of extra gold. It gives us more pressure as a team, because you have to always remember, if your team is doing really well solo and you're all ahead of every opponent, well, if you go together, you're even stronger. So we are looking to roam. I'm now leaving my top lane lair, and now Lucian is alone. Lee Sin potentially will come into the fight. He does. I decide to go for the Lucy Lou. I pick up the kill straight away. My team is picking up the Bard, and now all that left is a Lee Sin. Vayne does flash. Lee Sin does try to go for the Vayne, and eventually he does die. Our Vayne is now legendary. So, again, this game's going really well. I've gone to a bush. Katarina, In my head, I'm thinking she must have known I was there. I W her, she gets bubbled, and there's another kill. So I'm not sure if the enemy team, why they all lost, whether it was because they just weren't playing well, because, well, obviously there is part of that, or whether they did kind of just give up at this point, because Katarina must have known I was in that bush if she was paying attention to the previous fight, because I literally think the tower can see me walking into that bush. I do decide to go back, and my item build, just to kind of talk about it a little bit, basic Renekton item build. Black Cleaver in the early game, because my playstyle, and let me remind you, is basically trying to punish my 1v1 opponent, that little roam that I did there, it will be quite rare in the grand scheme of things. I've gone for the Ninja Tabby because I'm against a Riven, and the most likely person that's going to come help the Riven is a Lee Sin, so that's where the Ninja Tabby also is a good thing. And then my next item will eventually be the Titanic Hydra. You could go Ravenous Hydra if you want to, if you really want to be a damagey, aggressive Renekton, but I personally like Titanic. It gives me a little bit of beefiness, a little bit of health, and also gives me the wave clear and attack reset and that type of thing, which I like. Blue buff is up, which obviously Renekton, he benefits from the cooldown reduction, but nothing else. But I'm taking this blue more of just denying the enemy team. Like I said to you guys, if you are having a snowball game such as this one, do everything you can to stop the enemy team basically doing anything. Don't let them get blue buff. Don't let them get farm. Keep them on their down foot, and then they won't be able to get back into the game. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to just go top lane like I've been doing all game. I can see that stuff is happening on the bot tower, so either there's two situations that can happen here. Either they'll come stop me, like the Riven will come top lane and maybe I'll dive her and I'll kill her, or they won't stop me and I'll get the tower and I'll get the inhib. So if any of these situations happen, it's a win-win, because if they come try to stop me, then that opens the bottom lane tower. If they don't stop me, which they're not, by the way, you can see on the minimap they're fighting down there, I'm now going for an inhibitor. Completely worth for my team. Even if my team, by the way, lost this team fight, which they're not losing, even if they lost this team fight, it would be worth it before the inhibitor. Because the inhibitor, and let's be honest, 16 minutes in the game, they're not going to be able to deal with super minions. They do decide to continue going for the fight. Lee Sin is actually doing okay considering everything. He's picking up more kills than you'd actually think. And now I've got an inhibitor, and in the middle of their base, I'm like, what do I do now? I'm going to keep going. Why not? So I do decide to keep going. I do think, can I just burst the Katarina? I do go very all in. I get one kill. So I'm thinking, okay, this is a tricky situation. I manage to flash out. I go for a bit of damage on the Lucian. I don't pick up the Lucian. Get the double kill. And I get out. So let's just say that was a pretty nice play. That is testament to how strong I was as Renekton, and I would actually say that is the strength of Courage of the Colossus. If I didn't have that little extra shield from Courage of the Colossus, I would have 100% died then. I get 2 kills, and I managed to get out. So I was pretty proud of that play. I will be honest, I do enjoy doing live commentaries more than post-game commentaries, because you guys would imagine, after I did that play, you would imagine me in live commentary going, holy, I'm being really excited. So live commentaries will be back, because I do enjoy the live reaction, but that was a good play. This game, I played quite well. I snowballed my lane by myself. I didn't have any help to do it. I dove the Riven a couple times. I played it well. I haven't died yet, and then that play happened. It was the icing or the cherry on top of the cake, and I will say I haven't played this well in quite some time. Like, obviously last episode, the Zac episode, I played well, but I think I played better in this episode. I was calculated in my aggression. I got several kills when I could get them. I didn't die. Obviously that last play was maybe a little bit lucky that I survived, but I did it all well, and it just makes you feel good. And whenever you have these type of games, be a bit cocky with yourself. Go, yeah, I played well, and feel good, because you should feel good. Feel a little bit down when you play bad. Everybody will, but also feel good and be proud of yourself when you have these type of games. So this was Renekton top lane with Courage and Ignite. Right now, from me, HuzzyGames, again, there will be better Renektons out there, but I will probably say this is the best way to play Renekton. I think it just gives the most strength. But anyway, what you're about to see is the outro where I recorded it live just after the game, so maybe you'll see some of my proudness or excitement. Okay, so it's after the game, back to being live, and yeah, good game, good snowball. This is why I took the Ignite, is that Rivens, if you kind of let them scale more than you, then they'll beat you as a Renekton. If I beat her, there's not a lot she can do. And we did really well, I think, in the 1v1. I don't think I had a lot of help. I just killed stuff. I did one really good play near the end there, surviving on very low health. But we got an S, potentially. We got and also we got an S+, so the highest you can get. We went 704, didn't actually die. 146 a farm. yeah, beat the Riven convincingly, and if you look into the damage done, yeah, our damage actually wasn't that high compared to my whole team. But obviously, I was just in a 1v1. I am not obviously the biggest advocate for split pushing, but this was just a prime example to keep split pushing because they couldn't stop me. I could kill Riven under tower. I had the ignite. I could survive. It was a dream situation, and my team was also doing well. So it was a bit of a stomp. We did finish the game before the 20-minute mark. And they didn't truly open. There may have been a little bit of AFKing, especially from the Riven, but they didn't truly open. They didn't like all go AFK to open and let us win. We did genuinely win, but you can see how much damage the Riven did. That is a terrible performance by her, and again, she looks to be a Riven one-trick. Again, it's what I say, and I've said it for a while, the champions like Riven, Yasuo, they're very high risk, high reward. The champions that you do good, you'll get fed and look like a hero. The games that you do bad, this is what happens. So I love Renekton. I would actually encourage you guys to pick him up. Again, the Ignite playstyle, but with the Courage of the Colossus, is a great combination because it gives you survivability with damage. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did like this stomp, I know it was a short video, and I know some people don't like short videos, but there's nothing I could do about it. If you did like the stomp, if you did like the Renekton gameplay and you're looking forward to see more, throw a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.